Hey, welcome back to the World Fair. And, you know, I've been excited about this for a couple of weeks now. I use all the Vietek products in the shop. They've shown up in all of our videos. And I get a lot of questions about them. And quite frankly, I would just rather have you here to answer them. So this worked out really well. The main purpose of the show that we're going to cover is they're actually launching a new product that we're going to talk about. But I thought, well, gosh, while I had Guy here, we might as well go ahead and talk about the whole Vietek line and where you can get it and what the different product offerings are. So, but Guy, let's start with the reason why you came in the first place, which is to launch the new Bedliner kits.
Bedrock, absolutely.
Bedrock. Tell me a little bit about it. And I know while we're doing this, there's a video. I do want to say, I'm sorry, and I know, I don't let anything in the shop I don't try first.
Right.
So before we were going to do the show, I made you do 2 bedliners.
She's had me working for the last 2 days.
Yeah, I made you do 2 bedliners and put them through some testing or whatever. One of them is what's behind us. But while you tell us about the kit, I want to watch it.
All right, let's get going. So first thing we did is prep both trucks. I say we, but me. We prepped a couple of trucks. And there's a couple things we have to be very, very cautious with when you're doing bedliners is proper preparation. Make sure that any bare metal is primed and taken care of. So right now we're showing the video of the application of the actual bedliner. So it's actually pretty simple. This product was designed for both the shop owner to make extra money, to be able to do collision work with it, and also to apply it to his value stream or his money stream, actually, because you can sell bedliners. The other one is this can be used at home. So for the guy that's doing the do-it-yourself, this product has a couple of very unique features. One is it uses very low air pressure and very low air volume. So you're using about half the CFM and pressure that you would use on a normal available bedliner kit today of the competition, which means it makes a lot less mess, and it actually does a lot better job of transfer efficiency. So you have a better looking bedliner when you're done. You're using less material, you're wasting less material, you're using a lot less air, which means you can use a smaller compressor and you can use it in a smaller shop.
Now I got to tell you that you know, I've been in a lot of shops that spray bedliners, and they're, you know, when I get over to the area where they're spraying the bedliner, it looks like a dungeon. The walls are all black, stuff shot everywhere. And so when you came in and said you're gonna spray this product in my wonderfully white all glass paint booth.
Should have seen the look she gave me.
Yeah, I was like, well, let's see how this works. But I was, you know, once we got it in there and we got everything running, and I didn't have any blowout on my walls. I didn't have I didn't have a heavy fume cloud or a heavy, you know, overspray cloud. It actually did spray out and labor really nice.
And it's 50 states compliant, which is nice. A lot of our competition has different product for different markets. We don't have to do that.
Right, so I can use this anywhere, even in California.
Even in California, absolutely, yeah.
And
even
can
in
I use it in Sacramento, in California?
Yes, you can.
All right,
actually,
so
yeah.
if we're gonna drive into the difference. So like I say, it sprayed really nice. It was good. One of the things I like about bedliner product these days is sure, it was designed to be a bedliner in a pickup truck.
Yes.
But I got a Jeep Wrangler out there that I've got bedliner on parts that aren't the bed.
Yes.
And I've got a 99 Tahoe that we put bedliner on parts and it doesn't have a bed.
Right.
So there's so many applications of where bedliner is going lately that it is a great revenue stream for a shop to have it.
Think about all the Jeeps and off-road vehicles that get coated all the time, complete.
Yeah.
So it's a great opportunity to make extra cash flow, for sure. And it also, for, you know, if you're doing restorations, it makes a great sound deadener, it makes a great undercoating. There's a lot of things that can be done with this. It can be top coated as well if you want to put color over it.
Yeah, so there's a lot of, I can put top coat? We're
Yeah,
going to talk
yeah.
later.
Okay.
All right. And the heck you say? Hold on. So when we talk about the prep portion, prep was like anything that I'm going to spray, whether it's a bumper cover to metal or whatever, prep is where the magic happens,
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
So you've brought a couple of products with you for this that are new to Vietek also.
Yes.
So first let's talk about, you know, I've done a lot of shows on the many sins of Etch Primer.
Yes.
But it is a necessity to have it in the shop. So now we have a can of Etch, and they got some video of the Etch going. But talk us through the Etch Primer.
So really, all we want to do with Etch Primer is to cover the bare metal. We're actually putting an acid etch on the bare metal to create adhesion and make sure that you have a good bite with your top coat. You're not trying to get coverage. You're not trying to put something down that you're going to sand. It literally is to create bond only. So it does its job in thinner coats. 1 to 2 coats is all you need. It only takes a few minutes to flash and you're ready for top coat.
And then, so when we're done with that, and I use Etch Primer, and a lot of times it'll call out for it in a lot of different situations through the repair process. So great for the bedliner, but a lot of different places in the shop during the refinish, a cut through on a panel prep or whatever, that I'm going to use that. But in a lot of cases, I got to cover that with an epoxy.
Right.
And you guys have come out with an epoxy now.
Oh yeah, we have an epoxy. And really all these coatings we're talking about, from the bedliner through the primers, are our new engineered protective coatings, and they're designed to protect. So the epoxy primer is very typical of epoxy primers. This is, again, 50 states compliant. It sprays great. Actually, this is the first time I've used it in this scenario. And really what you're doing here is you're creating adhesion, and you're doing it on the bare metal areas only. So you could actually do a complete bed if you were to sandblast it. You can do bare metal. It's designed for bare metal adhesion. So it doesn't matter whether it's galvanized, whether it's aluminum, whether it's steel. That's what it's designed for. It also is a great product to go over fiberglass, plastic substrates, as long as it's prepared properly, even wood and concrete.
Yeah, there's some good things to do. Well, we're not going to do that commercial that was it Chevy did, where they threw a bunch of bricks and everything in the back of the bed. We're
not my aluminum bed, no.
But I did bring Brock's. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to dust the bed. Now, so one of the things I want to tell you right now is, if you're watching the show, you're going to want to go down in those comments, whether you're on YouTube or Instagram or Facebook with us right now, and you're going to want to hashtag Vietek. So I'm going to tell you at the end of the show why, but if you just watch the Subaru show with AirPro, well, you know why you're hashtagging certain products, but we'll get back to that at the end.
Absolutely.
It's the end of the day, man.
End of the day.
Whew, I feel like Willie Mays Hayes here.
Is it
Billy Mays.
Is it the fumes?
I don't know. Could be.
Could
hey,
be.
that smells like money. That's what my dad used to say. If you can smell it, we're making money. Because if I'm spraying, they're paying.
That's right.
That was one of his favorites. I got a lot of them. I'll share them all with you later. But now these are the great new products. So Bedrock and the primers.
Right.
But you've got a lot of other products. Like constantly, every time I turn around, you're sending me something new that's in the Vietek product line. So tell me, what all is in the Vietek product line?
Well, you know, what we really set out to do with Vietek originally was to come up with value products, to be able to bring quality to the body shop without cutting the
corners.
We want to make sure we've got great products, and we want to charge less for them. So, you know, instead of saving money in places you shouldn't, and you can talk about that all day long, we want to save you money in places where you can and still bring you the value. So we put together 6 distinct categories. So we've got tools and supplies, which is everything you're going to see in the orange. I'm going to rattle off all the colors. We've got paint-related materials, clears, primers, everything from solvents to cleaners to gun flush to anything that has to do with protective coatings. And we've got tools and supplies, which is going to be a lot of other things. I think I just mentioned that, but you've got everything from Bondo boards to towels, and we're going to get back to towels in just a second. We've got safety equipment, masking, and detail. So we've got some distinct categories, and we're building it out every day. So our real focus is the high quality products, not just putting product in here. I think there's probably competition that has toothpaste in their private brand, and we're not going to do that.
Okay. Is it mint?
It could be.
No.
I don't want to sell the competition's product. You know?
So I do want to go down the road. I want to hit a lot of these.
Yeah.
And I'm going to first start with the paint suits. So for
Safety.
me, I've worn another paint suit my entire life, but you sent me the Tech togas.
Yes.
And I haven't taken it off for a lot of reasons.
Should have had you in this today,
especially for mixing and when I'm going in and out of the booth, if I'm going to mix or if I'm prepping or buffing or whatever.
Right.
So let's walk through the suits real quick.
Okay, so what we did is we put together really a value line of suits that are inexpensive for the people that want to have a throwaway suit. We've got disposables. We've got premium disposables, and we've got just bottom of the line disposable suits for those people that use them and toss them. So if you're doing a bedliner, good idea to toss them when you're done, because you're probably going to have some black stuff on there, right? We've got our line of togas, so I'll talk about those real quick since you brought them up. We've got a detailer's coat, which is our Tech toga, which basically has pockets in the front, it's ventilated in the back to keep you cool, and it's really designed to be able to protect your uniform or protect your clothing. It's really great for guys that are doing blueprinting. If they're also taking care of people up front, they can come back, work in the blueprint area, put it on, protect their clothes. If you're putting together a light colored interior, leather, and you want to make sure that you're not getting your dirty uniform you've been working all day in on that light color leather, you can put that Tech toga on. There's a Tech toga plus that actually has basically, I can't really say it's a half paint suit, but it has a hood and it has Velcro cuffs, and it's designed to really protect your clothing, keep your head and your hair clean. The Tech toga has a vented back. The Tech toga plus does not, but they're really designed to protect your clothing and to take care of many different things. So whether you're putting together an interior, whether you're detailing a car, you're both protecting yourself, your clothing, and what you're working on.
Right, and one of the things, if you watched last week's show when we had, the SADA guys and we had BASF in here, one of the things we talked about was safety. And there's sometimes a myth that believes waterborne, while it may somewhat be healthier for the environment, is also healthier for you as a technician. Well, water attracts water, and your body is all water, and that's your skin, and that's your hair, and that's your eyes, and that's all this stuff that you have to protect. Also, the solids are so much finer these days, and so it can get into my pores way easier than it could in the 80s. I mean, I don't think I wore a paint suit in the 80s at all. I think I smoked at the booth while I was painting half the time. But it's just so imperative that no matter what you're doing from the mixing process, Marlboros. Okay. It was 5th grade. Okay, I had a lot to.
Well, that's very true. You know what? I used to teach in my earlier years when I was in the paint industry, which has been in my whole life. But I used to teach safety courses for my technicians because I wanted them to be able to do their job. And one of the things I used to tell them was, look, you may not want to do this 20 years from now. You want to be able to. You really have to protect yourself. Oh, yeah. And like you said, the chemicals today aren't any safer. Just because they're safer for the environment doesn't mean it's safer for us. Yeah,
they're actually a little bit harder on. And I always tell people, this isn't a job, as a painter, it's not a job that I can say, I only got 10, 15 years. If I do the safety right, I can do this job my whole life, right? I mean, there's nothing there. But as one of the things I love about the togas is that if you have a painter that's like, I'm not going to walk around in a paint suit all day when I'm mixing or in the mixing room, a toga jacket's great. It prevents any splash and anything, and fumes and vapor particles and anything that's going to come up on my arms and my hair and my, put my glasses on and I'm good to go.
So let me talk about the other suits as well. Okay, so one of the things that all of our suits have is a patented seam across the back. It's called an action seat. And what it allows you to do is, I remember back in the day, we used to buy bigger paint suits so we could move around more freely, put tape around your waist so it wasn't so baggy. You don't have to do that anymore. Now you can have a suit that fits properly, that has elastic and expansion, so you can get down and actually do what I did when I was painting this Bedliner, is be flexible, not rip out the crotch of the paint suit, and actually use it and be comfortable and use it time after time without blowing them out.
Not feel restricted.
Not feel restricted, and a better paint suit lasts longer, and it actually saves you money because you're not replacing them all the time. So we have two reusable paint suits that have anti-static properties, that have the patented seat, that have special sleeves that give you a lot more flexibility. The cool tech part of them is they're not vented, but they do breathe, and they do allow you to stay a lot cooler, which is good.
Right. If I could just figure out how to pipe air conditioning into the booth, that'd be
air conditioning would be good.
All right, so let's move. I want to move down the road. So we got the suits, we got the toga, and now this is the first time on this trip that I saw the Tack Racks.
Yes, Tack Rags and towels are two of our, I would say, our new premium products that we partnered with Sontara. Sontara is the world leader, not just here in the US, but around the world, of non-woven fabrics and wiping materials. And they are hands down the highest quality product that's out there. They are hands down the industry leader in wipes. We partnered with them, their name's right there on the box. We trust them as much as they trust us. We've put together a full line of wipers and towels, whether it's our HD wiper for the shop and basically anything in the shop, all the way through our Pro wipers that are designed for in the booth and also for exterior out as well, all the way to our Tack Rags. These products are absolutely the best. I don't know what else to say about them. Everybody's going to say that, but the products perform phenomenally. As I said, we partnered up with Sontara, and they're a great line of products that are going to save you money and give you the quality that you expect in your booth and in your shop.
Now, just real quick, go through them. There are 3 different types of Tack Rags here.
Yes.
So we've got our high tack for our first surface prep wipe.
Right. This is going to be a real, if you would, a real puffy type Tack Rag. You can basically billow them up, bunch them up, and use them for a long time. They're very high tack. So what this is going to do is it's going to pick up a lot of your sanding dust, primer dusts, anything that you really want to collect, a lot of particulate. This is the thing to do. What you don't want to do is push really hard on the surface because they can leave some tackifier, technical term, behind. But those that use a high tack rag, this is the ticket right here.
Right. And then now we have 2 mediums. We've got the green and the blue.
We've got the green and the blue. These are medium tack, base tacks. These are designed for those of you that are used to a green tack rag are going to want to use the green tack rag because it has the quality and the use
that you're familiar with.
You're familiar with. Same with the blue tack rags. They're designed to be used during the base coat process, whether in between coats of base coat or prior to base coat, after sealer. They're absolutely, here I am looking at them myself, they are totally a great product.
Yeah, it's good. And you want to make sure you choose the right tack rag.
Yes,
I meet with too many technicians that have like one tack rag and he keeps it in his pocket and he tries to make it last all day, and it's just like, oh.
Again, saving money in the right place, right? So
right.
You're not going to pay as much for these, and I can tell you, they are the same product that you're used to buying with Sontara on the label, and there's no difference, and that's why we put their name on the box. They are a great partner for us.
Well, going a little bit forward, we got scuff paste. Scuff paste is just pretty. I got to have that for my soft
Absolutely.
prep.
You know, it's strange because there are parts of the country that do not use scuff paste because they can't use water in their cleaning processes, and if you're in an environment where you can't use water, we understand. But I tell you what, a scuff paste for doing cleaning of plastic parts, prepping a panel. It does more than one process. It's not just abrading the substrate. It's actually cleaning the substrate at the same time. It suds up, and it has emulsifiers in it that actually clean the surface. So if you can use a scuff paste and clean water, that's the best way you can prep a panel. That's the way to do
I want to chat a little bit about Glassy because, I mean, for those of you out there, I had a favorite glass cleaner.
It's Glassy.
Glassy. I had a favorite glass cleaner. It's in a blue and white can. I mean, a lot of you probably use that same glass cleaner in it. I think I've been using that glass cleaner since I was probably 10.
Forever.
It's been around forever.
That's only a couple years, right?
Yeah, and you come walking in with a glass cleaner, and I'm like, what the hell ever? Was that
what that face was for?
I'll shoot your video, but I'm not using your glass cleaner. And now I'm using your glass cleaner. So, I mean, it's a great product.
She said, Guy, when you come down, would you bring me a case, please?
Yeah. Bring me some more glass cleaner.
Bring me some more glass cleaner.
Yeah.
It's a great product. You know, we did a lot of research to make sure that product performed, and we actually changed the formulation a couple times early on because people were too much foam, not enough foam. We've got that thing dialed in.
It's an important mix because I got to know where I sprayed, and
And you know, it's really the only product so far that we actually lithoed the can, so we're sticking with this.
Yeah.
This is an awesome product, and I guarantee you will absolutely love it if you try it.
So let me give you a little teaser here. So for those of you that are hashtagging Vietek while you're watching, what I am going to do is I'm going to take 5 of you and build you some Vietek sample kits of my favorite products and what we're using here. You're going to get to have some of this in your shop and have a chance to try it out. So,
outstanding.
So this is going to be one of the things that definitely makes the kit. So
perfect.
All right. So there's 2 products that you've seen me. I've actually turned in.
You're giving away stuff I brought for you, right?
Yeah, but not all of it. Just 5 of it.
Okay.
I'm just giving away 5 cans. You brought me a case, right?
That's right.
Or you're going to go get me a case?
No, it's here.
Okay. All right. Cool.
We're good.
All right. So let's talk about a couple products that I made cool tools out of. So you've actually we had Tech Map in the show earlier in the week.
Yes.
I am not a fan of writing on cars with anything. I don't care what kind of pen you think you're using, paint pen, marker, whatever. I can see it. It'll halo the glass.
If the car was brand new, it wouldn't be a problem. Yeah. But the minute you get one sand pit in it or one scratch in it, paint markers soak right in, and you don't get them out.
Well, and I have cars I go out and reinspect on PRIs, and if I hit the right time of day and I've got the right condensation on the glass, I can see everything you wrote on the glass when the customer was in your little thing. So Vietek Tech Map's a great product. Comes in a roll, and you were able to do your check-in process and everything that you were doing right on the car. And these you can order, and we use them all the time. And then the door edge guards.
Yes.
That's another product that I was like, yeah, I think I could use a little bit. I had like 2 or 3 uses.
You gave me the same look when I came in with that.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of let them go, I don't think I can do 2 or 3 uses for it. And then you told me how much it was going to be, and I was like, well, I can't do anything with a product for that price. And then the more we started using it and rolling around, I've got them everywhere. In the video, if people saw them, they were on the truck when we were doing the Bedliner. They're great for installing. I can protect the fender edges when I'm working with a hood. I mean, how many times
Fire blankets or welding blankets?
They hold my welding blankets in place. I mean, I haven't found anything yet. I keep finding new
Didn't
uses.
work well on my truck. I don't know why.
You know.
Aluminum.
It's a Ford.
That's right.
Yeah. So people did write in when I did the cool tools. Go, what do you use over the new aluminum vehicle? And I went, well, hold on, I have some tape.
There you go.
So
use that masking tape.
I have some masking tape to go over with you.
Well, just think, the amount of tape you can save using that, just holding plastic down. If you've got a bag of car in the shop and you don't want to get overspray on it because you have a smaller shop, and they're orange, they don't get thrown away when you're pulling the plastic off. You can see them. It's a great tool. Well,
for me, more than anything right now, if I'm reinstalling a door, I've got it on the fender edge. If I'm putting a hood on, I've got them on both fender edges, because I've just in my life had so many times where accidents happen. It slips and you knock a chip into a freshly painted part, and when you go into a shop that's doing assembly after paint, post-assembly, that's the biggest complaint that the painters have, is I'm always getting these things back because the body men are sloppy. Yeah.
They're careless when they're putting stuff back together. This stops that problem. The first time you put a grinder up against it, and we were doing the video for that thing, you can grind right up against it. It's basically the same plastic that filler spreaders are made out of, Bondo spreaders are made out of. And if you get filler on it, it peels right off.
Hey, well, that's a good segue to the spreaders. So you guys you have spreaders and you have filler mixing boards and tear-off sheets and everything.
We do. You know, we just got done doing some re-engineering of our 4-inch spreader, and I tell you what, it's like inventing a rocket ship. It was so much engineering, I won't even go into it, but it was months of trying to get it done right. And our new 4-inch spreader is going to be awesome. And I hate to say that because everybody's going, oh, geez, it's a body spreader, big deal. We've got our filler boards, both the small and the large. Basically the filler paper, you peel it off, which is not rocket science, but it's a great product. We've got 3 fillers. We've got 2 fillers and a really nice glaze. The products work well. Our gold filler and our grip filler and our glaze. They all can be mixed together. The glaze goes really well. If you want to make a putty instead of a filler, you can mix the glaze directly, and it's the same mix ratio. Products are absolutely priced right, and again, where do you want to save money?
Let's talk about a couple of more things that you have up here that in the coating segment. Is we talk a lot of time about painting the back sides of panel, matching OE coat,
yes.
Getting paid for that, and you guys came out with a complete line of all the colors that I'm really going to need to do that. That's available.
OE coat aerosols, there's a mouthful. You know, one of the things when we first brought that out, we decided that we really wanted to have a product that hid better, that had better hiding characteristics than the competition. And it was both good and bad. It was a blessing because it really does hide well, but people are not used to them because they're not transparent. And if they don't shake the can up properly, it doesn't spray right. So when we got people trained on how to use the product, it really worked out well. There's been absolutely no issues with it. It is high solid, so you've got to shake them up, but when you shake them up, you're talking about coverage in 1 or 2 passes versus 4 or 5 passes.
Yeah, so definitely there's an agitation, but it does work.
Yes.
Now, if I'm going to be, heading over and keeping going with the coatings, you
Yes.
have a couple of different things there that are well. You got some clear coats.
Yes, we do. We've got a full line of clear coats, all the way down to a rapid 2-to-1 Euro clear. So our clears have done really well for us, and we put a lot of time and effort into making sure the products that we put out are good quality products. And again, it comes back to where do you want to save money. We don't have to make excuses for any of these products. They do a great job for us. And one thing I want to talk about as well before I forget is you see that 5-gallon pail right there?
I do. I was thinking about lunch earlier, and that reminded me of sitting down and eating. No, I'm just kidding. That's where I was growing up as a kid.
What you normally sit on, right?
5-gallon pail, and that was
Absolutely.
lunch right there. Yeah.
Well, one of the things I remember growing up in a shop is pumping lacquer thinner out of a 5-gallon pail, and the mess it used to make all the time. You used to tie a shop rag around the top of it because the seal was busted. You'd get a face full of it, and you're pumping too much into a gun cup. And the reality now with our Tech Tap pails is you put the tap in the front of it, you sit it on the edge of a bench, and you dispense exactly what you want. You don't have to make a mess.
That's not my sweet tea.
No, it's not. You definitely don't want to do that. But it's a great product with a great dispenser. You're not going to waste as much material, and it just works great.
Yeah.
And it's reusable. It's a crimp on top.
I'm going to miss my pump, though.
No, you won't.
No, I won't. All right, you're true.
Lacquer thinner all over the place.
That's true. Well, once I'm done painting, I got some cleanup work to do, and you guys got me a gun flush.
Yes.
So let's cover that gun flush.
Well, it's kind of another one of those things where we did a lot of formulation changes. It's a real good combination of the right nozzle, the right pressure, the right solvents. That product works really well with both waterborne and solvent-borne products. Whether it's clear or primer or base coat or single stage, it does a really good job. It's got the rubber seal on the tip that you can actually put into the top of the gun where the gun cup screws on. And whether it be gravity or whether it be a siphon feed, works great for any pressure pot materials. Anything that's in the mixing area that you want to clean up after cleanup, does a great job.
Yeah, it covers that, and then
yes.
And then if you couldn't find any
more
space
place to put stuff.
We got the last two, so we got more towels up at the top, but we got crash wrap and we got masking paper.
Yes, we do. We've got crash wrap. We've got both 45-day crash wrap and we've got 365-day or 1-year crash wrap. The 1-year crash wrap has a yellow tint to it, and so it's protected from UV light, and the 45-day is just clear. One of the things that we like to sell together now is glassy. The combination of that and crash wrap is really a great product because you clean the surface off with glassy, apply the barrier wrap, and it just does a great job.
And we're using the 1 year, the barrier with our TriOxyClean. That's how we're mopping that off. And I know that if I have to leave the car outside, and
you're good.
And I'm good to go. If it sets and the customer forgets to come and get it, and it's got a couple days out, I'm good because I don't have to worry about it. And I want them to be the first to enter the car.
And there's definitely some differences between the competitive crash wraps. Now, our product is designed to be put on a clean surface. It's designed to be applied at room temperature. So that roll of barrier crash wrap needs to be in the shop. It needs to be in the office, not out where it's 35 degrees during the winter. It does a great job. It's not so sticky that it's going to remove maybe a not so good repair from the past. Some of the stickier crash wraps can pull paint right off. So it's a good toss-up, but it absolutely does the job.
Yeah, right in the middle there. And then we've got scuff pads. So
oh yeah,
we got the gray and
our Tech Flex and the maroon.
Yep.
That's what I use to do the final prep on both of these trucks. They do a great job. Again, value in the right place. Value in the right place.
Yeah, finding a way to save the money where you can, but not try to save the money through the customer, because that's definitely where we start shortcutting repairs and doing things that we shouldn't do.
And I'd get in trouble if I don't mention all of our masking materials, because we've got a plethora of them. We've got all the popular papers, whether they be coated, whether they be poly-coated, whether they be treated, whether they be green, blue, white. We've got them all. We've also got all the plastics, all the plastic wraps.
So car covers and everything is all right in there?
All of the above.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I think I had you hanging some car covers in my booth because I was a little scared.
Yes, you were.
When we were going back to Bedrock, I was like, ah.
Well, you know, we put a little bit on one wall because we were a little bit cramped. We actually had to put the tailgate right up against the wall.
Yeah.
So I put some plastic up on that one area of the wall so I didn't get in trouble.
Yeah, I was sitting here thinking, if this doesn't work, I'm going to spend Thanksgiving week cleaning the booth. And so,
with me.
right. Yes, I would have made you drive back. When your turkey's done, guy, come on back. We got some work to do. So,
that's it.
But everything worked out great. Well, I appreciate you coming down, one, and showing me the new Bedliner.
Appreciate the opportunity.
I mean, between my older trucks, we ended up on my '97 Chevy. We did a Bedliner on it over there, and then. You know, I got a few Jeep friends that are coming in town, and we're gonna have some fun spraying and testing on Jeep and putting it out on the trails. So we do have a trail ride over New Year's.
Nice.
And so I'm gonna tell you how it holds up when we get out on
and
some
more
rocks.
to come with that too. Just more to come.
Cool. It's gonna be exciting. So any of the products that you heard about today, I want to let you know this. When the show's over, if you signed up on our registration process, I'm going to send you an email for how you can get 10% off this if you want to get it in your shop and try it. A chance to take a discount to use it. And then if you've been hashtagging the Vietek hashtag during the show, well, 5 of you are going to get a gift package from me with a lot of the products that you see here. I'm not shipping you clear coat and liquids. Just I want to let you know that. But I will be shipping you a lot of the different products that you see here. Some of my favorites, give you a chance to try them. We sell Tech Map and the door edge guards on the Collision Hub website because I liked them so much. I thought that customers might want to use them. Now, if any of these products, if somebody wants to get them, Guy, how do they get them?
Well, basically, you can go to our website, vietek.com, National Coatings and Supplies. We're obviously a private label of National Coatings and Supplies, and that's where we want you to go. Vietek.com will take you to a full array of all the information on all the products, everything from tech data sheets to instructional videos.
I hear those videos are really good.
Yeah, they are. They're awesome. The best. The best. And you can reference them right off a QR code on every box and can.
Right. Awesome. I do love that. It's one of the things you know, for the longest time, I think the industry, we held back on QR codes because you actually had to have an app on your phone, but now it's just built into the phone.
I had people looking at me like I was cross-eyed when I first started saying QR codes. Oh, yeah.
Well, we've now got a QR code program for welders and equipment in the shop because we know everybody's got their phone in their pocket. They can quickly whip that out and watch a tutorial video on, now that I've bird nested the wire, what do I do now?
It's no longer just for a menu.
Yeah, exactly.
At your favorite restaurant,
you know,
right?
Hey, COVID brought the QR code back too.
Yes, it did. Did me a bunch of favors, I tell you that much.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So if you want to learn more, visit their website. If you have any questions about any of the products you've seen, well, you can ask them or you can always ask me, and then I'll be letting you know who our 5 lucky winners or guests or viewers are, so that you can get my favorite gifts pack. I feel like Oprah. It's my favorite things kind of thing.
No comment.
Okay.
I'll leave that alone.
All right. Well, we're going to catch you back tomorrow. With the fair. We have got another full day, and some of the things that we talked about with spreaders, we got 3M on the show. We're going to talk about OE procedures and coatings, and you can find some videos that we've done where we're going to show you how to match texture, and I use spreaders for matching OE texture on seam sealers.
I'll leave
and
you some
deadeners,
more.
Right?
Perfect.
I'll be having my hole punch out and showing you how we do those. So